Cloud cover once again remaining stubborn over portions of eastern KELOLAND, but if we can get that sunshine to break through, we should be able to get into the 70s again. Out west, more so into the 80s, but that's also going to come with a caveat. Better opportunity for showers and thunderstorms out of that way, and a few of those could be strong to severe even as we head into the night. Cloud cover increases to the east, though, overnight, and we also need to watch Wednesday. We'll talk about that and more coming up in your extended forecast, but until then, midday in KELOLAND starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group, midday in KELOLAND.
A big summer celebration is coming to downtown Sioux Falls this weekend. Plus,
former President Trump is interviewed by Elon Musk on his social media platform X. I'm Natalie Brand with what he told Musk and how the Harris campaign is responding.
good afternoon and thanks for having us in. A Pine Ridge man is headed to federal prison for enticing a minor online. Today, a judge sentenced 37-year-old Roland Coombs to 10 years behind bars, followed by 10 years of supervision. In 2021, Coombs used his phone to set up a sexual encounter with a teenage girl. He was also accused of sexually abusing another girl, but those charges were dropped as part of a plea deal. The South Dakota Highway Patrol is investigating deadly motorcycle crashes on opposite ends of the state. Late last night, a 29-year-old man went off Interstate 90 about 2 miles east of Sioux Falls. He crashed into the ditch and was thrown and died of his injuries. Around 6:30 last night, authorities say a 22-year-old man failed to negotiate a curve about 10 miles south of Spearfish. He was also thrown from his motorcycle and died of his injuries. The final vehicle count is in for the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. Over 10 days, nearly 471,000 vehicles entered the town of Sturgis. That is just under 18,000 shy of the 5-year average. The numbers are gathered from 9 traffic count locations entering Sturgis. The DOT will have a full report compiling traffic across the greater Black Hills later this month. Turning to weather, we're looking at chances of a lot of rain tomorrow, Adam.
Yeah, especially if you're East River. That's where we have that better chance for some pretty heavy rain as we get into the middle of the week. But we need to get through today first. And we're kind of having a case of deja vu over Sioux Falls. Cloud cover has been stubborn. Temperatures are struggling to warm up as a result. We are still in the 60s, 66 actually at the airport with a view of Falls Park. Southeasterly breeze pretty light at 9 miles per hour. But in another example of deja vu, look who has sunshine. It's Aberdeen, 72 up that way with a southeast wind at 13 miles per hour. We do have at least 2 areas getting into the 80s currently. That's Mobridge at 80 and Phillip at 81. Up here, not too far off the pace at 78. Winters at 68 though, but in their defense, they're also dealing with a bit of rain right now in a thunderstorm that's south of Winter headed toward Cologne. 68 in Huron, 72 for Sisseton, 76 Rapid City. And there we go again, where we have those 2 areas of cloud cover converging over southeastern portions of South Dakota and into northwestern Iowa. But where we have sunshine, we should easily be able to make our way into the 80s. There's radar now as we switch on over. A little bit of rain south of Chamberlain. Again, Tripp County dealing with that rain and a little cell south of Winter. Beyond that, a couple of isolated showers in the hills and then northwest of Eagle Butte in northern parts of Ziebach County. For the rest of your day today, highs are going to bank on whether we can break through that cloud cover or not. If we can, 70s, even near 80 out toward the Missouri River. If not, temperatures are going to take a hit again, so keep that in the back of your mind. Same rules apply up to the northeast, although they are at least getting in on some sunshine already. That is going to help them more likely achieve their forecasted high today. Out west, 80s, even towing the line of 90 in a few areas, but that's going to come at the cost of the quiet weather that they've been enjoying, at least for a little bit. They do have thunderstorms on the way later tonight, and some of them could become strong to severe. We'll talk about that, the Wednesday outlook as well, and more coming up in your forecast.
Thank you, Adam. Downtown Sioux Falls is set to host one of its biggest celebrations of summer. Downtown Riverfest features live music, activities for all ages, and dozens of food and display vendors. The event is making its return to the River Greenway Amphitheater in downtown Sioux Falls after spending 2 years at Faywick Park because of construction at Schrappa Place.
It's super exciting for us. It's just such a good location. You know, we've had a good time at Faywick Park in the past, but this is really where we got our roots, and it just surrounds the river, which is why we call it Riverfest.
Downtown Riverfest is Saturday from 4 to 11 p.m. We're going to hear from an organization about the importance of Riverfest when it comes to sharing their mission tonight on KELOLAND News. There are a lot of flashy reasons for people to move to larger cities. However, small towns are working to show there are plenty of perks to living in a smaller community too. Castlewood has recently broke ground on a new wellness center in town. Until this point, many people traveled to Watertown to have a workout.
Attended water aerobics classes and the walking track, and then that's where I learned to play some pickleball. And I thought, oh, if we could just have this in Castlewood, but it didn't seem like it maybe was meant to be.
Coming up later tonight, our summer Rodder Shot will take us to both Castlewood and Bryant to see how they are enhancing the two towns and how the benefits run deeper than just new amenities. Former President Donald Trump's much-anticipated conversation with Elon Musk on X, the site formerly known as Twitter, got off to a rocky start last night. It was delayed more than 40 minutes because of technical difficulties. Once it got underway, the Republican presidential nominee discussed a range of topics, including last month's assassination attempt. Natalie Brand reports from the White House.
Actually did something that was impossible.
In a 2-hour interview with Elon Musk on the social media platform X, former President Donald Trump recounted last month's attempt on his life and said he'd be back in that same Pennsylvania county in October to campaign.
What was it like for you?
Not pleasant. I didn't know I had that much blood. The doctors later told me that the ear is a place that is a very bloody place if you're going to get hit.
Musk, who also owns Tesla and SpaceX, reiterated he's backing Trump and said he wanted to reach independent voters.
You are the path to prosperity, and I think Kamala is the opposite.
With the race tightening, Trump stepped up his attacks on his Democratic rival, Vice President Kamala Harris.
Third-rate, phony candidate. She's incompetent. She hasn't done an interview since this whole scam started.
In response, the Harris campaign said in a statement that Trump's entire campaign is in service of people like Elon Musk and himself, quote, self-obsessed rich guys who will sell out the middle class and who cannot run a live stream in the year 2024, referencing the event's technical difficulties.
The Harris campaign says the vice president has been working on her economic agenda and will roll it out this Friday during a speech in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Campaign officials tell CBS News she will make tackling inflation a, quote, day one priority and will also take on corporate price gouging. Wednesday, former President Trump will also be speaking in the battleground state of North Carolina on the economy. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Meanwhile, CBS News has learned the FBI is investigating whether Iranian hackers targeted individuals associated with both the Trump and Biden-Harris campaigns. Sources say the agency launched the probe in the early summer after both teams experienced attempted phishing schemes targeting campaign officials.